Welcome to Zirkzank says, I noticed my eyes like got a this eye has got like some red on it. It's like bloodshot, so I figured I probably shouldn't be making videos like staring directly at a screen or directly at a webcam. But you know I like to bring it to you raw and real and rough and as retarded as possible. So to get into this discussion I said in the previous episode, if you followed on from that one, or if you're not, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to be talking about luck, the concept of luck and chance and randomness. Not as in like lol, so random, cheeseburgers, eggs and potatoes, cats, stupid shit that was funny to me 10 years ago, but as in like entropy and just how everything is only based on predictability, based on previous observation. So in science, you say stuff's pretty certain because it's predictable, because of how probable it'll be that the next time you test that theory, you will get the result that you expect over and over and over and over again. That's a pretty solid theory, and when it gets super solid like that, it's a law. Like gravity, for example. I don't know, is that a law? Should be, because if I see somebody breaking that law, I hope they go to prison. That was a good joke, right? No, but seriously, that was serious. This is also serious. Yeah, laws based on observation, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's 100% true, because nothing is 100% true, as in something is also not 100% likely to happen the next time you test it. Like, you can test for gravity, and just because you can never say, except in linguistics, like you can say never and it means never linguistically, and you can say mathematically something is impossible because it is impossible mathematically, but that's with language, and language is an abstraction anyway. So going back to what I'm trying to say, everything is random, as in you can predict it and calculate stuff, but even in the most, my eye actually hurts a little bit, even in the most predictable and the most promising kind of situations in science, you're like a 99% chance, there's always still a 1% chance that you have a different result. So based on that kind of principle, moving on to the concept of luck and probability in life, in success, and the endeavors of human effort, basically. What I say is based on what I feel and what I agree with, which is that you have no control over the outcome of stuff, but all you have no control over the final outcome. All you can do is put in extra effort to increase your odds and just keep being persistent. So for example, if you want success in a certain field, for example, you want to be rich, a lot of people want to be rich, that's easy to relate to be rich. You break it down, what do you got to do? You got to get money. How are you going to get your money? You're going to make something, and then you're going to sell something. Okay, that's how you're going to make money. So success requires you, in that case, to finish making something, and then the extra level on top of that is to sell something, and the extra level on top of that is to sell something lots more. So you got the 3 stages. The first stage would be to make something. Now you have control over whether you can make it or not, but it's like you can't just know what's going to happen ever. you could start making something, and then like you for example, let's call it a book. Let's say a book, right? You're writing a book. You want to sell a book. Books, writing. It's in typing and shit. You start typing, your computer explodes. Okay, well, that's made that difficult. It's not stopped you entirely, but it's reduced your chances of getting the book completed because you have a finite lifespan, and you've had some time taken away from you that you would have otherwise been spending on writing the book. Okay, whatever. But then writing a good book, you keep writing, and the more you put into it, the more you're increasing the chances that it'll be good. You could over edit it and make it worse, but let's say that the more effort you put into it, the better book it'll be, the longer book it'll be, the more concise it'll be. You might take away some shit and then just word it a lot better, more eloquently, and as a result it becomes a objectively better book. It's still subjective whether someone likes it or not, but objectively it's concise and to the point, and that's what matters. So you got a good book, and then you're going on to the selling stage. How do you increase your chances of selling it and getting more sales? So, this is another thing. It's you just keep trying to sell it. Just keep trying and trying to sell it. You can't guarantee success, but you can change what you do to get that. For example, if you just submit it to a publisher and they say, okay, right, we'll put it on shelves, and that's it. Maybe put a poster up in some bookstores. That's it. Your book, you've not advertised it much, but you could have done more. You still can do more in that situation to increase the chance that people will buy it, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to increase your chances of success by putting more effort in. The entire time though, it's still luck. It's still based on luck. As much effort as you put into it, it's always based on a random chance, like everything is. I have a friend who disagrees with me and says that it's not luck, but it is. And the same thing applies to relationships. Finding a compatible relationship partner, soulmate, lover, interest, or fuck buddy, whatever you want to call it, but finding that person, finding a friend, making connections with somebody is based on luck. It's entirely luck based. Whether you meet that person in the first place, there could be somebody out there who is hypothetically perfect for you, friend wise or relationship wise. Call it relationship wise, it's more easy to understand, I guess. They'd be perfect, but you don't meet them. How do you increase your chances of meeting somebody who is compatible with you? Well, if you sat inside all day watching YouTube videos, that's lowering your chances. You've got almost a 0% chance of meeting that person, and if that person is also doing the same, their chance of meeting you is low as well. So then you can increase the chances on your end of meeting somebody, not necessarily the perfect person, but just anybody, more people, if you go outside. So you're increasing your chances. It's still a random chance that you have no control over. You can increase the odds. You can increase the odds more and more by changing your daily lifestyle, which is all you're ever doing. Go outside, go to the gym, not just to become more healthy, which does help, but or to be more attractive, which does help, but the fact that you're going outside, then you're going to a place regularly. For example, you will think better because you're more active. That increases your chances because you're more quicker on the mental draw, faster. I know it's not more quicker, I was trying to make a joke. You're faster, which is good, and you're in a social environment. Gym is not a great social environment, but it is a social environment nonetheless. It's more social than your fucking bedroom. So, you know, get out there, do that. Go to clubs and stuff. That's like, what? No, use Tinder. Like I said in the previous video, use Tinder because, I don't know, use Tinder and go to clubs, I guess. You know, talk to people. Just, you have to, this is what I mean, increase your chances by doing everything you can to increase your chances, but remember, it's still based on luck. Now, when you get into the interaction phase, that's still luck. You could actually be very compatible with somebody, but just say some shit that, you know, is unlucky. And if that ends up causing the conversation to run dry and end early, you won't get to the point where you realize, oh yeah, we're actually basically perfect for each other. You won't get to that stage because you messed it up early. So that's luck based. It's unlucky. It's unlucky if you fail. But yeah, that's it. Failure is always a potential. You always look out for that. It's like with starting a company. You never start a company thinking that it's going to be 100% successful, as they say. No, it's actual research proven statistically that like 9 out of 10 startups fail. Does that mean that they shouldn't have tried in the first place? No. You won't. Your chance of success is 0 if you don't try. It's at least like 1%. Let's give or take 1% if you do try, and the more you try, the more times you try, you know, with a new product, make a new product, start the company over and over, keep developing new ideas, you're increasing your chances. Like, it's not like cumulative. You're not cumulatively increasing your chances to the point where, as if you just keep doing it, eventually you'll get what you wanted just because you ended up putting a load of time into it. It's always gonna be a percentage chance, and it's never gonna add up just because you put more time into it, but you're increasing the base chance. So every time it's like it's increasing the base chance. I don't know, I'm trying to think of an analogy with dice or rolling numbers. You're essentially just trying to close the width of the margin, close the margin of failure by increasing the margin of success. You increase your success chance so that every time you roll the dice you have a higher chance. And I'm saying that just because you roll the dice more doesn't necessarily mean that you'll eventually hit success, because you might not. But that's not the point. The point is to increase your odds by doing things that increase your odds, but always expect that there's a chance to fail, so you might fail because of that. And you could fail at any point in anything at any time, and that's just unlucky. I think that's what that means. That's, you know, that's luck. That's my analysis on luck. And speaking of analysis on luck, get back to that into my next video, where I'm going to talk about bad luck, perhaps, I think maybe bad luck, of my experiences on Tinder based on the previous video I made, which was about Tinder, the app on mobile phones, smartphones, phones on the mobile that you take around with you. Bye.